Sometimes time can genuinely be one of the best solutions to our problems. It's just that we fall under the pressure of time instead of learning to operate at our own pace. Can you relate to this scenario? Do you remember the time when you were offered something, or perhaps something happened that really freaked you out, right? Suddenly, you went from being just normal, typically relaxed, fairly normal, to suddenly being triggered. Right now, shit's happening, shit's flashing in front of your eyes. It's like wild. You either have a massive decision to make, something that's like downright exciting. Let's say somebody knocked on your door and offered you a trip to Miami. Would you go? Would you just immediately say, "Oh my God, yes, 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 yes," or would you actually take the time to think? Because this is that thing that most people do nowadays. They don't take the time to actually think through their decisions because they're so influenced by what's happening on the outside instead of listening to their own minds. And I know this type of advice from a silly little 17-year-old kid might not sound the most convincing. And I don't blame you, right? My life just barely started, but I'm telling you from my own experience here. Don't let yourself get so triggered, so impulsed by others. Take the time to make the decisions by yourself. Use your own time wisely. Because as I said, time can be the best cure to so many of your problems. Let's say something drastic happened, something that drained you, perhaps a heartbreak. Whilst the heartbreak that I've gone through was somewhat anticipated, you know what it is, right? By the end of the relationship, you can just kind of tell that it was going to end eventually. So it wasn't as destructive as it was for others because I've kind of expected it. But it still took away a lot of my energy. And whilst I was trying to do so many things to get myself out of that state, one of the best things that worked for me, give it time. Took me a few weeks, months even, but by the end of it, I've moved on. I have moved on and my mind has shifted to different things. Because if you can't just psych yourself out of this negative thinking, sometimes time will just do that for you. You'll just move on. Life goes on. It's really not the end of the world. And I'm not talking about heartbreak alone. I'm talking about multiple things. Trust me, my friend. If what you're doing right now is not bringing in visible results, because of course it's doing its work behind the scenes, right? Once you're actually putting in the effort towards achieving something, you won't see results in the first day. But sometimes what you really need, my friend, is patience. Make the most of your time, but don't be afraid to spend some time waiting. Don't expect things to happen freely. Don't expect the universe to just give everything to your hands whilst you just sit there. Well, that's kind of what happens when you give it time. Here I am contradicting myself, but not gonna cut that part out. You get the general idea. Give it time. Sometimes, as I said, you'll just move on your own without even thinking about it. It might take you longer than it take for others, but as I said, or as I was going to say, whilst you should definitely take your time, you should still actually try to climb your way out of hell. You know that one quote? If you're going through hell, keep going. What's stopping you? Keep pushing, just keep fighting. Don't just sit there and just get stuck. Don't willingly choose to stay there and not make any progress. Push. Just keep, oh my goodness, just keep pushing, my friend. The worst thing you can do is give up. The absolute worst thing you can do is just stop. I really hope you can't hear that talking in the background. But yeah, I always end it for your time, my friend. If you want to talk to me directly, whilst hanging around the absolute best community on the entire internet, just join the Discord server. Trust me, you will not find a place like this anywhere else. Oh, okay, the background's getting really fucking loud. If you made it to this point of the video, comment the word Tom. Just comment the word Tom. I'm gonna show you my cat for a few seconds just so that I can bump this video up to 5 minutes long and yeah. Y'all really like my cat. I don't know if she likes the camera, but All right, I'm not gonna waste any of your time. You can click all the links if you want to, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So keep working, brother, and take care.